Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Hancock's English course. I can't speak today. This is part 2 to the analytical essay writing. And this one is going to, in a way, be mainly connected to the C method. So I want to talk about how this works in context of the writing process. Moving into using the C method, which I'll have another video on that particularly because I have a couple of different handouts that focus on the C method, the analytical essay writing handout being one of them. But anyway, we're on the second page now of the analytical essay writing handout, and this starts with planning, and you can see some things dealing with the thesis. Now, what I have here is what I call the scaffolding. You may or you may not use it right now. It may be really awkward and cumbersome depending on your topic and your argument and everything like that. However, what I want you to understand is, and I'm also going to have brought up your short story analysis essay assignment too, because I want to focus or go back to a certain question that I have on there. On there, it says, what is the overall meaning? That's the question being asked, all right? That's the main question we're getting, or that we want to begin reading the text with. Considering our readings, our topics that are given, as we were talking about before, we want to start and ask really broad general questions. And in that context, you really want to think about what is, and I want to give this question to you, and I've done it already, but you have to ask from the beginning, what is this story telling us about this topic, okay? Whatever blank topic is. But you can word it any way you want. What is the message about this topic? Just what is it teaching me? Well, it doesn't really matter, but that is what your reader's going to ask. They're going to say, you know what, I read this story, it's a good story, and I know there's a topic of, let's just say, distraction and the things they carried. What is it telling me about distraction? Notice it's requiring you to take that topic and go deeper, go somewhere further with it than just simply put, oh yeah, this is about distraction. Well, what is it telling us about distraction? What are we supposed to take from it and apply in our minds about distraction from that story? With that being said, looking back over here at the analytical essay handout, there is the scaffolding, and you can see how that works between the I intend to argue and filling in the blanks to the actual one where John Updike's AMP works. So you can see that, and we can work on that. Just right now, I just want to tell you, before you really think about really formulating a fancy thesis, just answer that question. What is this story teaching us about blank? Whatever story you've chosen and whatever topic you've chosen, okay? With that being said, let's take a look here at the outline. I really want to say something about this outline here in context of the C method, okay? You'll notice in every body paragraph that's accounted for in this outline, it says statement, example, and explanation, or explain. That is the format you'll use for every body paragraph that you're going to be dealing with here, okay? Because think about your goal. Your goal is to present a thesis, your argument. Let's just say I'm going to come up with an example and say, I believe that the things they carried has a message of how trying to escape reality is a very dangerous situation for your life. Something very generic like that right now. But notice, I have an argument. I'm telling you, hey, this is what this particular story is telling us about escaping. It's bad for you, especially in very serious situations. Now, you as the reader would ask me, or tell me, well, prove it. I want to see where in the text you got that. So now my body paragraphs, as you can see from this example outline, is going to focus around specific evidence, examples from the text that illustrate that thesis. So we'll use the C method to do so. So after we talk about the C method, I want you to come back here and really look at what each body paragraph is doing for the C method. Because every piece of evidence that you find, you will build a body paragraph around that particular piece of evidence. And you'll use the C method to explain what that has to do with anything, okay? All right. So with the C method, going down to this next page here, and I'm about to transition to the next video because this is just going to take a little bit of time to explain, but I want to give you the locations of all the information about the C method in this unit. The first location is right here in the analytical essay writing handout. You have here on the third page, it talks about the C method. The other place is a new handout that I'm going to have a video on. It's at the very bottom of the back in Blackboard in this Unit 1 module. It's called Comp 1 Theme. What is a theme? I accidentally put Comp 1 instead of Comp 2. But anyway, this handout gives you the information, helps you with the question funnel. We'll talk about this later. But on the last page, it talks about writing about a theme, the C method. There's another place where it talks particularly about the C method, and it really helps you there. We'll have that in the next video. But also, the final place is the actual C method body paragraph handout that I have in the unit. And this is the one where you go in, the thesis about the Big Bang, and you see green and yellow color-coordinated highlighting to distinguish or designate each part of the C method. And we're going to discuss that in the next video about the C method. So go ahead and get those handouts ready, and we'll discuss them in the next one.